Okay, let's dive right into this. Welcome to today's Explainer. We're gearing up for a full tactical briefing on what is literally one of the most chaotic and honestly highly popular auto battlers out there right now. Yep, we're talking about Roll Animate a Fight. So if you're looking to optimize your resource management and absolutely dominate the board this August 2026, well, you are in exactly the right place.
Moving into Section 1, a very specific anime fantasy. Let's talk about assembling your dream roster.
We really have to start by establishing the deliciously absurd premise of this game because it fulfills this highly unique gaming fantasy that, honestly, you might not even known you needed until right now. Just ask yourself for a second, what actually happens when Guts from Berserk and Beerus from Dragon Ball Super team up to fight a literal ton of ants? I mean, it's just such a hilarious juxtaposition, right? You've got these legendary, universe-shattering anime powerhouses facing off against an army of insects. But you know, that's the absolute fun of it. It sets this incredibly absurd, high-energy tone that just hooks you right from the very first drop.
So, for the uninitiated out there, Roll Anime 2 Fight is essentially a tactical auto-battler. You roll for new anime units, you deploy them onto a hex grid, and then you just watch them go to work, defeating enemies to generate cash. For any newcomers joining us, this is exactly where the fantasy of that massive, bizarre crossover battle actually becomes a reality. You're the commander pulling the strings here. You're the one deciding exactly where these legendary characters belong on the battlefield to maximize their damage output.
All right, Section 2, the core gameplay loop. Let's look at the battlefield mechanics.
To really understand how to master this, we need to break down the exact flow of a match. Here are the 4 tactical steps that keep this whole engine humming at lightning speed. Step 1, you roll for your new anime units. Step 2, you chuck those units right onto the battle grid. Step 3, you step back and let them go to absolute war, generating cash by obliterating waves of enemies. And finally, Step 4, you use that hard-earned cash to buy and upgrade your units. Now, the real mastery here, that lies in the speed and synergy of that 4th step. It's this beautifully snappy procedural loop, but you really have to be decisively upgrading your squad's synergy before the next, much harder wave hits. It mimics an intense, energetic esports-style cycle where literally every second counts.
On to Section 3, funding your tactical squadron and overcoming the bottleneck.
Now this is where we pivot from the pure fun of combat to the real strategic challenge of the game. Because forming the perfect tactical anime squadron, well, that takes resources, like a lot of them. You can have all the strategic vision in the world, but your crew simply won't reach that god-tier status without heavy, continuous investment. Anyone who's played knows exactly why this bottleneck exists. You're dealing with escalating upgrade costs and notoriously low drop rates for those top-tier units. It's a gotcha grind, right? The game intentionally starves you of cash right when you need to max out your frontline defense, and that can leave you incredibly frustrated as the enemy waves get exponentially tougher.
Which brings us to Section 4, August 2026 promo codes. Time for stockpiling the arsenal.
If you've been feeling that grind, these August codes are going to be your absolute bypass valve. We've assembled a list of active redeemable codes that will drop free in-game cash, highly coveted trait rerolls, and even entirely free units straight into your inventory. But let's talk about why these matter strategically, right? You aren't just getting a quick cash infusion here. You're securing those trait rerolls to actively min-max your fighters. Just one reroll can take an average damage dealer and literally turn them into a critical hit machine, fundamentally shifting your board's power dynamic. By stockpiling these specific rewards right now, you can aggressively upgrade your front line and chase those perfect team synergies, all without bankrupting your hard-earned battlefield earnings.
So, armed with this tactical briefing and a fresh stockpile of August 2026 resources, I'm going to leave you with this one vital question. Who will you roll for your tactical squad next? Get out there, hit the battle grid, and let the chaos begin.